mine, ushering into this new season, the energetic new year, all the work that I've done, just understanding myself. I feel like this is a very on time conversation. So I decided that we would talk about neurodivergency this week, but also more so being like a highly sensitive person. I see a lot of neurodivergent clients in my practice, and I'm also learning how I am neurodivergent. And learning that has been a true life hack. Instead of like judging myself, I've been meeting myself with a lot of compassion, love, and just like honoring what I need instead of trying to like force myself to fit into one, the expectations of others or this status quo box. So neurodiversity or being neurodivergent basically means that your brain just works and processes things a different way. So then the typical way. So we have neurotypical people and we have neurodivergent people. And it's also important to know like neurodivergent people isn't like one size fits all. There's many ways to be neurodivergent, and a lot of ways that we hear about often are people who had ADD, ADHD, somewhere on the autism spectrum, Asperger's, which is not really in DSM, I don't think anymore, dyslexia, dysaxphia, I think that's how you pronounce it. There are many ways, again, just to be neurodivergent, but for the sake of the conversation today, I want to focus on being a highly sensitive person. And me learning about my own, like, being highly sensitive, HSP, I learned that was a thing when I started off in my spiritual journey. It was really closely tied to like being an empath. So when I read information about being an empath, I also learned like I was highly sensitive. But at that point in my journey, I felt like being an empath resonated more. So I would just kind of describe myself as being an empath more than highly sensitive. Would you say that you identify with like highly sensitive, being an empath?
Yeah, and I think that I was gonna ask you, does anxiety like count?
Yes, I mean, I don't necessarily know if it's considered like neurodiversity, but I do think that it impacts being a highly sensitive person.
Okay, yeah, I definitely think and I feel like since a little girl, like a little kid, I remember just being highly sensitive, but I don't know what to do with that, but like I can feel it.
And I feel like you can think like, oh, I'm just really anxious.
Yeah.
But it's really like your nervous system trying to like keep up or figure out what's going on, or it's triggered. It's like a hair trigger nervous system. So anything can set it off when you're highly sensitive. So before we like, get deeper into that, like there are highly sensitive people and there are highly sensitive people who are also intuitive. So I fall into the realm of a highly sensitive person who is also intuitive. The highly sensitive person is more so living in, instead of being grounded in the physical body, a highly sensitive person is usually living in the limbic part of the brain, which controls like survival mode, fight or flight, what else? Survival mode, fight or flight, and some other stuff. Please feel free to Google, but I can't think right now. And then our highly sensitive, intuitive person, they live in the sensory body. So they're more like feeling their way through life, So it's important to like make those two distinctions. And if this resonates, I just invite you to think about what highly sensitive pocket you fall into. So why is it important to like understand yourself as a highly sensitive person, having some type of neurodiversity, mental health? Like, why is this important? So you can do what you need to do for yourself, so you can take care of yourself, so you can stop judging yourself, so you can stop thinking something is wrong with you or being hard on yourself. So me really understanding the fact that I was highly sensitive took so much like pressure off of my shoulders. I felt like I was, again, when we go back to like the end of last year, and a little bit of this year, like just trying to do everything and show up for everybody and to be on 10 all the time. Like I felt like I was supposed to do those things. Like I have to do these things. If I need a break, if I'm peopled out, if I need to say no, like I felt like internally bad and like I just wasn't functioning as a normal or a typical human being. But when I learned like, okay, I'm highly sensitive, that allowed me to give myself a lot of grace, because my nervous system is not receiving information the same way that other people are receiving information. So I also think it's important for me to read this definition of what a highly sensitive person is. A highly sensitive person, HSP, is a neurodivergent individual who is thought to have an increased or deeper central nervous system sensitivity to physical, emotional, or social stimuli. Some refer to this as having a sensory processing sensitivity, or SPS for short, which is also in the DSM. I don't know if, well, I'm not going to say that. I personally think that you can be a person who has sensory processing disorder or sensory processing sensitivity and be also a highly sensitive person. And then I also think that you can be a highly sensitive person and or a highly sensitive intuitive and not necessarily have this sensory processing sensitivity or disorder. Like I don't think that, but I'm still learning about this. So, you know, just figure it out for yourself in terms of if you feel like you meet the criteria for a sensory processing disorder or a sensory processing sensitivity. But I'm saying all this to say, like, people who are highly sensitive, our nervous systems, again, are a hair trigger nervous system. So it is picking up on the vibes, the sounds, the smells, the energy of the room. And I feel like when you are saying, like, I'm an empath, although being an empath is a very real thing and it's super powerful, again, to me, an empath feels like I'm in this victim consciousness. Like, oh, I'm an empath. Like, I'm just absorbing everybody's energy and like, it's so unfair and woe is me. But when you really start to embody or understand the dynamics of being highly sensitive, it helps you kind of feel more in control. Like, yes, I am an empath. Yes, I am absorbing energies. But I need energetic boundaries. There's certain things that I need to do to protect myself, so I'm just not getting energetically raped by all the energies that are around me, if that makes sense.
I was also going to, I guess, and I guess this is like you saying, like I kind of resonate with everything that you're saying. Not kind of, I do resonate with everything that you're saying, but I think that this kind of goes back to like when I talk about my insecurities of like trying to be like, make new friends or being in social situations. Like and this is something that I'm also learning, is like, I realize my body reacts differently to certain people or certain situations.
And before you get into that, I love that you said that, because our body is technology. Our bodies will let us know when we are unsafe. Our bodies will let us know when we're in danger. Our bodies will let us know when we vibing. Like, we will feel at peace. We will feel grounded. So it's so important to listen to and also be grounded enough in your body so you are picking up on the sensation that your body is giving you. Because that's like our computer. You know, that's like telling us, keep going, stop. Trust this person. Don't trust this person. But if you so in your head or you consumed by other people's energy, you're not going to be able to feel what's happening in your body. So sorry, but go ahead.
Oh, no. It's just so fun. Like to give an example of a situation, like me and you, we do our own things. You know, it's like, okay, I know where you at. I can still go out and explore. And being in just like a situation with a whole bunch of people I've never met. And I like to say, like, I'm a very social person. I think that, like, I can, you know, if it's a group of girls, I can talk. But my body in this situation, like, I wanted to leave, like, in the restaurant, like, and I'm like, am I doing this because, like, they shit isn't here? Or, like, am I really feeling something? But it's like, I just felt very anxious, I didn't feel safe. Y'all, I had to go to the bathroom. I don't even tell y'all, went to the bathroom. I had a weed pen. I'm like, let me just smoke this damn weed pen in the bathroom. Calm myself down. But I felt very, very anxious. Like,
yeah.
Fight or flight. Like,
yeah.
I wanted to fucking leave.
Right.
So is that part of it?
Yes, yes. But I also think with that, because we're human beings, we're going to go into anxiety-inducing situations. We're going to go into situations where we don't know a lot of people or everybody, or, you know, we might genuinely feel anxious. But it's important for us as highly sensitive people to be at our home frequency, like when we leave home. So we already know what our baseline is, and also like having some type of protection ritual, protection symbol, protection something exiting the home. So you are understanding like, okay, I'm in my energy field. I'm at my equilibrium. I'm at my home frequency. So I know that I'm contained when I'm going out in public. And when I'm going out in public, I'm able to, stay from a very grounded place from all of my chakras. Like, this weird ass energy is theirs. It's not mine, because I've made sure that I'm grounded. I made sure that I'm at my home frequency, and I've also did my protection ritual meditation. I got my black tourmaline or whatever it is that's also containing my energy. So one, I'm staying in my energetic auric field, and two, my energy, my bubble knows that we are not open for other people to penetrate our auric field, our energetic bubble. Energetic boundaries are really important as a highly sensitive person, as a person period, but especially as a highly sensitive person, because we are just so susceptible to the energies, the vibes, the emotions, the smells of other people, of other places, so it's just important to just do that work prior to you leaving the home, and really taking your energetic hygiene just as seriously as your physical hygiene. So this is also where, like, I was talking about radical self-care in some of our earlier segments when I've been doing like the salt baths. At least once a week, I'm trying to take a salt bath with pink Himalayan salt, Epsom salt, and Florida water to cleanse my auric field, to let go of the energy that's weighing me down. Also, I have made it a practice to every day when I'm done with work, when I've seen all my people, did my notes, closing out my computer, I'm calling my energy back to myself, and I'm releasing the energy that does not belong to me. So I'm not, again, just going to sleep with that energy, waking up with that energy, just in a energy panini or whatever it is. Like, I am releasing it, letting it go, and also calling my energy back. People who trying to take my energy, blowing up my phone, it's many ways that we can have energetic leaks. And being mindful of that and just calling your energy back to yourself has been a true life hack for me. Also, just doing what you need to do for yourself and your energy, and being, what is the word that I'm thinking of? It's like, it's unapologetic, being unapologetic about taking care of yourself. So me taking care of myself has been telling a lot of people no lately, and that has been something hard for me, because I've also had to learn how to sit with the discomfort of somebody being mad at me for saying no. I don't like people mad at me, especially, and I'm not gonna say I don't like people mad at me, because I really don't care, but people that I love mad at me fucks me up. Like, I just don't like it. I don't want to disappoint people, but also I had to learn that disappointment is a part of life. Being mad is a part of life. People being mad at you is a part of life. And some of those things I cannot avoid. So I have to let go of this unconscious people please and want it to be viewed a certain type of way. So I'm abandoning myself so that other people can be happy. I had to like release that. And just sit with the discomfort of, okay, this person is mad at me, and it's okay for them to be mad at me. Everybody's entitled to their emotions. They can have their emotions, but I also had to learn that people being mad at me or disappointed in me or whatever, it was so like jarring to me, because as a highly sensitive person, I'm absorbing that madness. I'm absorbing that disappointment. I'm absorbing whatever the energy is, and I had to like literally tell myself, like, Daisha, it's okay for them to have these emotions. And it's okay for you to have your emotions. Like, everybody is right. Like, get out of this black and white thinking about this person shouldn't be mad at you or you should do this. All of it is right. All of it is correct. All of it is fine. It's okay for people to have their feelings about you not meeting their expectations. And that also has nothing to do with you. People have to work out not getting their needs met by me and get somebody else to do it. And it's not so personal when I tell somebody no. But I think it's like a learning curve with that, so just giving myself grace as I tell people no. Also, when I'm telling people no, like the things that I'm prioritizing, which is really a lot of just laying around, a lot of just chilling, being in my energy, listening to podcasts, taking baths, just doing what I'm feeling called to do, whatever that is. But 9 times out of 10 is laying down. Just honoring that and not judging myself, not calling myself lazy or feeling like I need to do X, Y, and Z because, I grew up in capitalism. We Americans. So we feel like we got to be doing something constantly 24/7, but really just giving myself the grace, like, girl, you need a lot to recharge. So when you're going out and you having fun and you do pop out with these people, you have to recover. Yeah. And recover looks different. So for everybody. So I'm going to ask you, like, after, learning more about just the conversation that we've had about being highly sensitive, taking care of ourselves, what do you need for recovery?
I think a lot of it is baths. I've always been a bath girl. Just being by myself, like, even sometimes, like even if it's going on a car ride or, like you say, listening to my podcast or listening to gospel music or laying in my bed or just something like that. But also, and I'm learning, what I'm looking forward to with the weather changing. Like, I don't like to be outside, like, just sitting in the sun on my patio, just being to myself. But yeah, and I'm also just realizing too, and I don't know, because back at home in Detroit, like, folks was not visiting in Detroit like that, or the people in my life, like, everybody lived there. So it wasn't like I had to host or just different things. But living in Dallas, basically since, like, we moved here, like, I feel like at least every month is somebody who, like, is coming in to visit. And although I love that, I love to host. Like, I love that, but also it can be draining. And I'm not putting it on just hosting. I think because I also, my job as a therapist, I'm literally talking to people every single day. Yeah. Every single day. Like, it's not like I can put the TV on and just do my little work. Yeah. Like, no, I'm talking to people. Engaging. I have to be listening and all of that. And then also hosting. You got to be on because you want people to have a good time. You want them to see the, city and all of that. And it's just like, I wish we could lay here. But they come all this way to lay here, you know? So, I say all that to say, it's like, I'm just realizing that it's a lot of work when you host and, like you say, calling back your energy. I'm also, I guess, learning. I guess it's been there, but I also coming to terms, I have OCD. And
coming to terms, like, I don't know where she been. Like, it's crazy.
So I just think that, like, if my world is shaking up or my routine, I'm a routine person. So,
do you have any 6th house placements?
My Pluto's in 6th house. So yes, I need a routine. I want things to be a certain type of way. I want my home to look a certain type of way. So yeah, and I think that now that triggers my nervous system. I don't know if that goes to neurodivergent OCD, but I start getting anxious. I feel out of control. Like, what is going on? So yeah, so I think when also cleaning, that is something that also calms me. Yes. So I say all to say, like, I know people, like, I'm not trying to, like, be rude or, like, it's just something that calms me inside to just, like, clean or do something. So yeah, so I would say baths, podcasts, laying down, running errands sometimes. And yeah, just being out in nature. I'm trying to think what else that, like, calms me back. I really am loving, like, skincare. Like, I've been doing that for a while now. That kind of gets me back grounded. But yeah, girl. And not looking at my damn phone.
Yes.
And not going on fucking social media.
Right, because all of those are also ways that we create energetic leaks. Being on social media, being on our phones, constantly engaged with somebody, or, talking on the phone, texting, like, all of that is ways that, like, we deplete our energy or, create leaks for our energy. And that's why it's important to, like, call your energy back, release the energy that's not yours, have this energetic hygiene, and make it a practice every day. Just like you washing your ass every day, you need to be cleansing your aura every day. You can use Palo Santo, you can use sage, the salt baths. Some people do meditations where they're imagining their auric field being cleansed, and that can be very powerful. Using the crystals as something every day. But it's just extremely important to have very high energetic hygiene or a very high accountability to your energetic hygiene as a highly sensitive person or highly sensitive intuitive.
And I also just want to add too, like, I think just coming to terms, I don't know if it's just age or just being more like in tune and aware of yourself, like, and just letting people know, like, yes, I will hang out with you, but, and I'm also learning, and I can see how it can be flaky, and I have to own this and change my response. But I can be a flaky person. I may have said yes on Monday, but now it's Friday and I don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I think that I have to work on, like, people, well, you done told them that you won't go. They prepared and doing all this, but it's like, I don't want to go. I'm tired, and when I get there, I'm not gonna be myself because I don't want to.
Because I don't want to be there.
So,
and I honor that. Like, I am flaky, so do with that what you will.
But I think that, I don't know. I gotta work on myself. So you tell people, like, hey, yes, it may be a possibility, but I'll let you know sooner, closer to the day. Like, how do you respond knowing you're a flaky person?
I think it can go one of two ways. Like, I will tell people, like, sometimes I will say yes immediately, and I'm learning again to take space when I met with invitation. Shout out to my projectors who know what that means. When I met with every invitation, I do not have to accept it. But because I'm never grounded in my body and trying to figure out how I feel, I'll be like, yeah, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, what do you need? Like, yes, 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 yes. So I have done that. And once the day come around or we get closer to it, I will send another text message like, you know what, girl, can't even make it. That's just what it is. And then sometimes I will get the text message, the invitation, and not respond immediately and kind of intuit my way. And sometimes it takes me a couple days to respond. So just also like taking my time to respond, but then like just say, thanks for the invite, but I'm prioritizing rest this weekend, or I need to catch up on sleep this weekend, or I need to take care of myself this weekend. But just no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
No is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
I think we do a lot of explaining. And we
I know for sure. That's like one of my lessons I am trying to work on for 2023 is like, I'm not explaining. Like, you can think whatever, you can say feel whatever, but I'm so used to, like, and that comes from people pleasing or just growing up having to explain why you did certain things, and it's just naturally like I just want to be like,
well, this is what.
Or I can say, like, being a Sagittarius, like sometimes I can be blunt or just say something. It's like, oh, I didn't mean it that way, or damn, or I look back like, damn, that seemed pretty harsh. And I'm like, okay, well, let me go back and clean it up. Then I go clean it up, and I just make it even worse than what it was. Yeah. So I'm just learning, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And also I think also understanding that disappointing people is a fact of life. I'm going to make some people mad. I'm going to disappoint some people again. Like, so that's okay. And that also frees me with saying, no, I can't make it, or sorry, I can't come, girl, or this would happen. And I'm just also very detached in general, which has become a problem, which is why we have this fucking conversation today. However, it serves me because I can just tell somebody I'm not coming and
she's going about her day. But I think that this is, and going back to like being highly sensitive or being intuitive, like I feel like how you could detach from it. It's like, damn, I could feel that person's disappointment, or I can feel that they feel in a certain type of way, and it's uncomfortable.
And I think that's why it's important to have those energetic boundaries, because it is totally fine for that person to be disappointed and mad. But again, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know, and I definitely recommend people get Energetic Boundaries by Cindy Dale. She is a pioneer in being a highly sensitive person and also having those energetic boundaries, and she gives us a lot of tools and tips on understanding highly sensitive people, understanding neurodivergency, and how to take care of ourselves. So I definitely recommend that book, Energetic Boundaries by Cindy Dale. What else? I also feel like, you know, being empowered as a highly sensitive, intuitive takes practice. So I might show up in my power today, but tomorrow I might like go unconscious, meaning I fall back into these unconscious and conscious people-pleasing tactics that I've used because I was in survival mode, or I wanted to be liked, or I wanted to be or feel like I'm in control of the environment. So you have to be conscious in order to prioritize healing. So when you realize, like, damn, I'm kind of reverting back to my old self, I'm doing the old thing, you can nip it in the bud right there. Like, if you get to the function and say, like, damn, I actually don't want to be here, and I've just been people pleasing my whole way to this point, you can say, you know what, girl, thanks for the invite, or homie, thanks for the invite, but I have to go home. Like, just learning to take care of yourself. Self is the priority. I feel like sometimes I used to be in situations, tap the fuck out, disassociating, but just staying there because it was what was expected of me. But now it's like, all right, see y'all later, good night. I have to take care of myself now. And it's not personal. And my real friends understand that it's not personal. People who love me understand that it's not personal. And even if they do, like, get mad and take it personal, they'll get over it. You know, and then they'll meet me with love and compassion. Because again, their feelings about that, like, it's not about me. It's about the fact that they can't get this need met. You know, so I'm also, when we pull back and allow ourselves to do what's needed for us, we also empower others to do what they need to do for themselves. You know, so healing is really beneficial for the community, for the collective, not just for yourself. So I definitely invite all of you to kind of think about how you go unconscious, how you unconsciously people please. If you resonate with being a highly sensitive person, I just definitely invite you all to think about how you can, one, prioritize energetic hygiene. What does energetic hygiene look for you? And also, how can you implement energetic boundaries? How do you protect yourself going out in public? How do you honor the needs of your body? How are you in community or communion with your body so you understand the sensations that it's giving you? How does the technology of the body communicate to you? How do you listen? How do y'all have y'all relationship? Bringing that relationship together so you can be more empowered through everyday life. And also, a big thing, when we are healing these patterns and programs that we've been on, learning to sit with the discomfort is going to be huge. Because if you can't sit in the discomfort, you're going to go unconscious and go back to them people-pleasing things and all that stuff that doesn't serve you. So learning how to build a tolerance for discomfort has been really helpful for me. So sometimes I just tell people no because I know it's going to make them mad. You know, or I know it's going to upset them or whatever it is. But I'm just learning, like, people's emotions ain't mine. And they are also entitled to have their emotions. So as, you know, I'm feeling or intuiting that somebody is mad at me or whatever, I just constantly remind myself, like, it's okay that they're mad. They are entitled to their feelings. But through that, me saying that, having that little coaching moment to myself allows me to have a greater tolerance for discomfort so that I'm able to heal the pattern, you know? So yeah, I think that's what I want to say as it relates to being a highly sensitive person for this neurodivergency talk. So I guess the question that I have for you, Darcia, is how can you practice acceptance and how can you be more gentle with yourself, knowing now just more about being a highly sensitive person / intuitive?
I think that, like what you were saying about if other people are, like, you know, just saying they're honoring themselves, then it, like, gives you the permission to also just, like, set healthy boundaries. And I'm just learning with myself, and this is something, a work in progress. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm naturally, like, a fixer or just want to do or just show up for people. Like, I just do it.
Yes.
No matter if it's, like, at a cost to myself or whatever the situation. And not that I ever do anything with, like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm going to need you a year from now and you do this. But I think that it's like, okay, when you show up and you do this for this person, then you expect it back. And it's like, okay, that person's not always going to, like, people are not going to meet, like, your needs. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that am I saying it right? But, like, yeah, I have to learn not to expect myself from others. Right. And if that makes more sense. But it's just learning to, like, okay, I have to work on my boundaries, have to work on how much I give. And just also being okay with saying no. Saying no has always been hard for me. But I think because personally, like, I have a hard time with rejection or if people tell me no. So, yeah, so just honoring that and, like, yeah, people gonna be mad. People may not I don't know, like you said, I guess they'll get over it, or they don't want to.
Or they won't. And that's okay too. Because I don't need nobody in my life who feels entitled to my energy or expects me to do whatever the fuck they need me to do 24/7 all the time. Like, I am my own human being with my own life. Okay? We all grown here.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I agree with that. So, yeah, I'm just going back to your question. Yeah, just being able to just, no, I don't want to do this. And also, like, resting. Like, yes, I like to have fun, but I also do like to rest. Like, I am a homebody. And it ain't even about being at home. I just like to be by myself. Like, it's not even about being at home. I just don't want to be social. I
think we talk so much for
talk
work.
So much.
Like,
I just want to be.
I'm on all the time.
I want to, like, I want to be in my room and be ugly right now, or whatever. Like, I think a lot of, like, you just said all this. I just like being by myself. Like, I do like to, like, y'all cool and all, but me and me be having fun.
Same.
And yeah, so just honoring that, like, yeah.
And I also just want to say, like, when you are so consumed by the energies of other people, when you're absorbing everything, you're feeling everything, it's no way you can feel what's going on for you. It's no way you can figure out what you need. It's no way that you can prioritize yourself because you're so consumed by energies that's not even yours, emotions that are not even yours, so you don't know whether you need sleep or a drink of water. You just irritated, and you might be just overstimulated, and you need some time away from people. I also think, like, irritability is a sign of being dysregulated, nervous system dysregulation, because again, that's what highly sensitive is all about, just the nervous system. So if you find yourself getting super irritable, just kind of pause for a second and think, like, what do I need? I had to really own and honor, like, I get really fucking irritable, and, like, patience is super fucking thin when I'm overstimulated, when I'm tired of talking, when I'm just, like, around too many people for too long, like. And I'm, thinking, like, okay, that you have to be on your best behavior. And of course, I never want to be rude to anybody. But it's just like, okay, I know I'm irritable. I need to go take a fucking nap. I need to, do something for myself. I need to reset. I need to get in the tub. I need to go move my body, work out, get out of my head. Just doing what I need to do for myself. Because again, our body is technology. So if your body is manifesting irritability or whatever, like, my body is telling me something, and I have to honor that and listen to that, because the more that our body as technology sends us information, if we continue to ignore it, it will get quieter and quieter, and that's how we, like, shut off our intuition, which is a beautiful gift. So you really hustling backwards and doing a lot of disservice to yourself when you are just absorbing the energy of other people 24/7 and not taking care of yourself, and using this, being an empath, as like a martyr. Like, you can be empowered as an empath if you use energetic boundaries and not just think, like, oh, I'm just out here just taking on the energy of everybody. Like, no, we're releasing the victim consciousness and embodying our power. And in order to do that, we got to have those energetic boundaries. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. Are you feeling full? Are you feeling complete?
Yes, I am.
So am I. You guys, I think this was a really good conversation. I'm feeling called to say my name is Daisha, and I am a highly sensitive, intuitive. Shout out to Aries season and all this work that I've learned through Aries season, or not even through Aries seasons, through the winter, is going to enable me to show up in my power, embodied, and just like who I'm supposed to be because of energetic boundaries and also energetic hygiene. So I hope that this was very useful for y'all. I feel like this was a very, like, TED Talk vibe. I feel like now and then it's usually like so chill, but we starting off in the new year, the energetic new year, with the heavy hitting topics. A highly sensitive person, intuitive, is one of them. So, Darcia, would you like to declare anything for you in Aries season?
yeah, I guess I'm Garcia. I'm also I'm sensitive, highly sensitive.
I'm a highly sensitive person.
I'm a highly sensitive person.
And intuitive.
And I guess what I'm also declaring for Aries season is to get out of my head and just.
I am getting out of my head.
I am getting out of my head. I will do it scared. I will do it when I'm unsure of myself. So yes, that's what I'm declaring.
All right. I'm super excited for the energetic new year, Aries season. I'm so excited to see what this astrological new year has to offer us. And I'm super excited to see what you all are declaring for yourselves in Aries season. So please sound off in the comments. Say I am whatever you are in the comments so we can all embody our new selves in Aries season in 2023 and beyond. So we will see y'all in the next episode. That will be the full moon in Libra. Yeah, so we'll chat then. But share this, like this, do all the things.
Yes, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell notification.
Yes, so y'all can be alerted for new episodes.
Yes.
Look at us. Who
I'm
are
going
we?
to say that.
Yes.
And also just to kind of what to expect a little bit going forward for our YouTube channel is, yes, it will be a place of community where you can talk to us and also see us. But also I'm very excited because we will give y'all a little look when we are social, or maybe we'll even do it when we are just chilling. But we want to do some little vlogs for you guys as well. So stay tuned. So it's more than just a podcast on the YouTube channel. You will get vlogs from us.
Yeah, y'all gonna get to know us for
real. But I think we're gonna add that to the list. We should do like a chill vlog to kind of
to show how highly sensitive
and what we do, right?
Which is nothing, y'all.
Yes, y'all see her. Okay, time is up because baby girl is moving out. She hasn't got it.
Right. So she like, okay, wrap it on up. Alrighty, guys, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.